Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Uplando show. This is a special podcast edition. I have with me here members of UPXLand, and I'm very excited to have them for this special edition of the Uplando show. They are halfway across the world when I'm doing the live show at 9 p.m. PT. So they, instead of having them come in at 4 a.m. in the morning, they've been so gracious to give us some of their time for this spotlight edition of UPXLand. It is that website. It's a third-party utility that has been well known. It has many different variations of this throughout the time of Upland as the game, and they're one of the first, I would call, third-party utilities that actually helped players of Upland understand all of the data sets in a visual or in a GUI type of representation that we've all wanted to have and know. So thank you, gentlemen, for being here. It's so great to have you. We'll get into all the version 2.0s, but let's go around the room as we introduce everybody. So it is Soren, as best I can pronounce it. Hello and welcome, Hacker. Perfect. And Chris, thanks. Hello. That are in here. And I'll start with you, Soren. What is your role for UPXLand, and how do you implement what you do?
Yeah. Just say I'm the guy who just asked Hacker and Chris, how can we do this? Can we do this? What about that? So I'm running the Twitter account. I'm responsible for the money and all the things. So more administration, finance, legal, this stuff. I don't have anything to do with technique.
And so, and you play the game of Upland, and how did you get introduced? And how did you find each other? What was your part of this to start to think, you know what, I don't have the things that I want. How can I make this better? Or was this a business opportunity for you?
Yeah, for me, so I started back in 2019, so almost at the beginning with Upland. What of Money, it's my in-game name, and a few years later, Chris just asked, oh, I need some support. I want to build something new, or I started to build something new, and then, okay, yeah, I can do this. But maybe Chris is the guy who can explain that better, because there's a history before. I'm just by myself needed a tool to work with, and there was a huge gap, and then we did it together.
It's not very often that you find people, number one, that you can really hit it off with in terms of it being something that's just a Discord that you're typing in that's your communication. And Upland infamously does not have in-game communication. So finding one another, first and foremost, is pretty rare, and that you were able to have a good working relationship and keep this going with all the ideas in the pot, and then, you know, the developers coming up with what it was that you wanted to see. So that's really cool and amazing. And I want to get to this part where, of course, you'd said for both Hacker and Chris, so you are the developers, you're writing the code, you're producing this information that is otherwise seen. I know that you had some different versions of what is UPXLand today early on. It's come quite a long way. So Chris, if you could tell us, and I think we've already settled this, just to get it out there now, the question that everybody wants to know is that you've had some different usernames. You have a different Discord name than you do for your in-game player name, but many people think of you as Icarus. So we're going to settle that debate right now. Is it Icarus or is it Icarus? Which one is it?
It's just Icarus. It's just the name because I wanted to name myself Chris in the game, but that name wasn't available. So I put an I in front because it matches with the K. So yeah, that's why I name Icarus.
There it is. The big controversy is over. The speculation, there it is. We now know exactly what it is. And now people will address you by your actual Icarus name. So the development part of this, Soren comes to you and says, this is something that I want to do, or you reach out to him rather, and you go down this path. The obvious part of this, having the service, a domain name, getting the hosting, and servicing many, many different players with this tool and utility. you have this first, from where you did from the legacy into the platform that you have now, you guys took some time off, or it seemed like you kind of went away, but you were never really fully away. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We went away, but we did rebuild our whole database to provide much more functionality and be ready for much more players and for the future of UPXLand to provide better services.
And is it a drive for you to want to do this? I mean, really, if you think about this tool, it makes it so easy. And we're going to get into how this all works and how you use the website as a third-party tool. But is it just the drive to do it as a developer that you know that you can and you can put it out there? Is that what the impetus is behind this for you? What is it that drives you to do this?
Yeah, basically it's, I mean, why not do it? Because I saw in the beginning of UPXLand, I saw a few months ago, before that, UP2Land and UPX World who were doing that. And I thought after they went down, why not do it myself? I think I can manage that. And then I started, and it's always a good thing to develop further. And it's fun to build something new, to develop something nobody has developed before. And yeah, to learn something new and implement that.
Yeah, you're really evolving in this, and the current offering that you have has great tool sets. So I can't wait to get into all the goodies that you have coming up. And this is where I'll switch over to Hacker. Everybody knows that Hacker has inside information and knows how to get all the things, and Upland just throws the doors open to the access to the API, and that's how you get it all. Total unfair advantage. But tell us the reality of this, Hacker. How is it that you have seemed to be able to leverage the skill sets that you have and others in the group to get this information? And why isn't it updated immediately? I mean, come on, why don't I put my stuff in there? Why can't I see the new cities and all the new information so that I can make the best of my gameplay? What's going on here, Hacker?
Yeah, so we do totally have all the access to Upland's databases and stuff. No, we don't really. So we really don't have any access that the normal player has. So we have the exact same access. We're actually pulling all the data from the blockchain, the transactions and stuff like that. But the properties data, specific data about the property is pulled once from Upland just to store the property in our database. But actually moving the property between players and different states, that's all done via the information from the blockchain. So everything is open, and we don't have any benefits that someone else does not have.
And so the feature set that you offer, the different filters and all the different assets that you show in there, you're scraping this from the chain, correct? And then some of it comes from Upland as well, or is it a combination of both?
So it's a combination. So we pull the data about a specific property once from Upland, which is the exact same way that you click a property and get the information. But we do that through the API instead of actually doing it in the UI. And the rest of the information is pulled from the blockchain.
And then you take all that data, and then you're arranging it within some other type of stored database. And then you have a representation of a GUI that's on top of that. And you all make it seem all nice and buttoned up and smooth so that I can choose what city, what collection, if it's for sale in UPX or USD. I mean, it's really amazing at the different types or the options you have in all the filters, so that I, the Uplander, can find exactly what I want in the city that I want in the neighborhood. It makes it really convenient to be able to do that. I don't know what we did. There was a time where we had a little bit of separation of time where you guys were, and we were like, we don't know what to do. We're lost. How do we price things? How do we look at things? So you guys offer this a really amazing tool for players. And I do think that it really bolsters the game. It is really kind of a pillar of this game that was missing. And the head scratcher was why doesn't Upland provide this? Wouldn't you think that they would want to? But I'm glad that you guys have filled that hole and you continue to offer these services. One of the things that has become available to Uplanders is the Upland Development Network, the UDN. So that would assumably give a peek or a little bit more access to developers that want to develop third-party tools for Upland. You, one of or all of you have been accepted to that program. What goodies do they have that they unveiled in there that we don't know about? What advantage did that afford you to be a part of it?
Do you want to take that one, Chris?
I'm not sure if I can say that much about it. I mean, for UPXLand itself, currently we don't really use anything they provide because it's just not that useful for our purpose. You can build other apps. You can show a part of properties from other people, but it's not that much you can get from them, that much data. So basically, we have our own database and use that for UPXLand.
Did you think that when the UDN got announced that you were going to get this big curtain reveal behind the scenes and it would help to add to the experience of the users have for UPXLand? Were you a little disappointed, or does it afford you anything new?
I think, I mean, the functionality that they've given us through the APIs, like moving some assets with the player's acknowledgement and stuff like that, it's really good. Doesn't fit our product yet. I have to add yet, but it probably will in the future. But the data, actually, the properties data and stuff like that, that's not really built into the developer's API yet. So the public API still have a lot more information that the developers API have. But the functionality, like moving assets between players and stuff like that, that's great for people that utilizes it.
Awesome. Interesting. I really do hope that as this progression and as this evolves, Upland is very much so about releasing things in little bite sizes, right? So they do a little at a time until you get a little bit of the bigger picture. So hopefully that they will expand that and that you'll have some more useful access to the API that you don't now. Let's go to the actual app. I want to check this out. You have some spotlight. I want to get into what is already there and then what you're bringing on new, because this, many people in the Discord, there's 70,000 users on the Upland server in their Discord. There are about 4,000 to 5,000 active on a daily basis. And we have over 91 channels in Upland. And one of the things that is continual without fail, when somebody asks, hey, how do I look at this? What is the mint? Where do I go? I mean, how do I make sense of this? Over and over and over again, UPXLand.me, that's the site, is the link that's dropped in. And it has been consistent with that. All others have dropped away that had been contenders for this. There are others that are in development, but really it's this one that gets spotlighted. So let's go over to the website and let's check it out. I think, Hacker, you've got the screen sharing capabilities.
Yeah, give me a second here.
Let's see the big reveal behind this and walk us through.
Do you see the screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Let me get that in full screen mode. All right. Yes, we have the beautiful UPXLand. Hey, I want to ask, so who came up with the graphic? Who was the one behind that one?
Oh, I remember we got someone to make it for us. So there was nobody in our team or previous team.
I love the simplicity and the effectiveness of it, and I do like the font of it as well. I'd like a clean UI, so this appeals to me in a great manner. I love the navigation part of this, but Hacker, I'm going to let you kind of guide us through the first introduction to UPXLand and how you acclimate this, because you do it on a data side, you see all the behind the scenes, how you make it so useful, not only in the way that it's laid out, but the color choices. I mean, you do have a dark mode on, or that's naturally how it is? Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, light mode, dark mode is a big feature. Hey, if only Upland had something of that nature, wouldn't that be cool? To be fair, they are working on it. Hacker, take it away. Give us the navigation of UPXLand.
Yes. So the first thing that's pretty big is that we have the ability to create accounts now, so you can sign in, and that gives you a lot more access to the different tools. So before I start to show the actual features, I'm going to sign in. So
Excellent.
Let's see. And I need my password.
Two-factor authentication, you get the whole thing. Have you guys, will two-factor be something that you introduce in the future, or is for now, this is pretty much your login for the site? Yeah.
Yeah, so two-factor is something that we will introduce.
Okay.
We have the ability to do it.
All right.
So yes, now we have signed in. As you can see in the top right, there is my icon from the game, hacker icon. The thing is that in the settings, you can connect to Upland. You're not going to do that the first time, but you can do that when you sign in. So you create an account at UPXLand first, and then you connect to Upland here.
Okay, what does that give you for to connect? I mean, that's a new feature, right? This is something that's brand new.
Yeah, this is like the old way that everybody else still do it, that you verify by setting a property to a specific amount in the game. So this is nothing new, really. We decided to use the old way that I came up with way back in the future, back in time. But the new APIs, developers APIs, do allow them to verify by actually getting a token in game and then putting the token here.
Excellent.
But we decided not to use that way currently.
Okay.
Yes, so as you guys can see here, we are signed in, and you can see the tools and features here. So you probably see one new thing here, or two new things. The leaderboards has been updated. So it looks totally different. And then we have the Find My Travel Path.
Yes, that's the new one. That's going right there. My eyes immediately gravitated toward that. What is this? What is this?
Let's see. So this is the Find My Travel Path program or application. So you put in where you are, like if I'm in San Francisco and want to go to the popular Doha. So it calculates the shortest path and the cheapest path. So as you can see here, it's free to travel to Doha. And yeah, they're the same since it's the cheapest and the fastest. But let's take something else like Nashville. So we can see that we have the fastest route and the cheapest route.
Excellent. So let's say if I was in Staten Island, which is infamously one of the only areas that in Upland, the cities that you have to go by bus to actually start there. So to actually get out, I think is from Staten Island to travel to the Bronx, maybe. So, maybe Staten is train to Queens. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Excellent.
So this shows all the different paths, the time it takes and the amount you have to pay to take the actual train or plane.
Gotcha. Excellent. All right. So the new Find My Travel Path gives you travel in Upland, and that's very quick. It pulled it up very quickly for people to find out where they're going, how they get there, what they take, the method of travel. Awesome.
It's
okay.
The fastest one out there.
That is extremely quick. Yeah, that is very fast. Okay.
So let's go back and check out the leaderboards here.
Yes.
All the other things, we can go through them as well one by one later. But leaderboards has a new leaderboard on the top, which says it's the current game. So I have to say, everything is still not ready for production. Like you can see here, the first one is NFLPA, which is not correct. But you can sort by different things here, like property net worth, if you want to see the person with the highest net worth in the game. Wow. UP2, Spark later on as well. We have not added it to the front end yet, but this will come when we do the actual release.
So net worth and UP2 are the features that we're going to see in the leaderboards now, but you also have for Spark. So we'll see who has acquired the most Spark in the game as well.
Yes, correct.
This is amazing because we have missed this for so long. This used to be one of the features that on the podcast for Thank Me Later and Too Stupid to Win, we would go over this and we would see where we were in the top rankings of where you are with other Uplanders. So this is amazing. How many players total are we talking about? So this organizes and does this by all players in the game, so we can see the Uplander who has X amount to all the way up to Abdullah who has the most. Yeah.
We do currently only fetch the top 50,
50.
but
Okay.
we can change that, and we will probably do some more minor changes to this as well. But the function is that you can actually get a leaderboard about the status of the game.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to 200 or 100. I need to see myself in the game.
Yeah.
I need to see where I'm at. I'm not there anymore. I'm not in the top anymore. Oh.
Yeah, so that's actually an easy thing to add, and we have plans on doing something like that. But
very
yeah, let's
cool.
go back.
Very welcome feature.
Yes, and all the other features here, we have added more data to all of them, so everything is upgraded, you can say. So let's start with the user search. So let's take Board of Money, which is Søren.
All right, Søren.
So this is the web page that everybody usually know. And as you can see here, he joined July the 10th of 2019. And here you can see the progress graph that we have from all the way back in history to when he started.
Oh, this
and
is nice.
Shows you the mint net worth, property net worth, number of properties, UP2 and Spark. Spark, as we said, has not yet been implemented into the front end, but this will be tracked as well.
I like the dynamic part of this. So you're moving the mouse and then it shows you dynamically where it's at. That's very cool.
Yeah, and if you have for some reason want to zoom in, that functionality is there as well now. So you can actually move around the graphs now. That has been a highly requested feature as well.
Very
so
cool.
all the graphs is zoomable and movable.
Excellent. Continue on.
And one more thing that people ask for is filters and things to the tables. So you can actually filter here like Dallas on a specific one there, and you can see that the filter is active. And then you can sort on a filter like neighborhood or collection as well, and a couple of other ones here.
So previously when you did that, the filter was up top and you would do the drop downs and all that information. Is that still there, or is this a new way to look at the UI?
Yeah, so if we go back to UPXLand there, the old one, we can just show the comparison.
Yeah.
So let's do the same search.
Oh, wow.
Of money. Oops. There we go. So this is the old way. As you can see here, there's no filters to the actual columns.
Right.
So you had to filter on all of them. So if I said sun, so it's San Francisco, but you can also get like neighborhoods like here. This one has sun in the name.
Oh, I see.
Probably not something that you wanted because you probably were looking for San Francisco.
Yeah, now that you show me the new way, yeah, now my brain is already acclimated to the new way, and I like it. I like it. Very, very.
And one more thing is that we have a lot more columns that you can select from here. So for some people, some of this data may be not interesting. So you can actually remove collections, neighborhood, mint, or whatever you want, and just clean this up and have it like this. And some people maybe want the EOS owner name in the table, or the structure name. Currently no structure here.
Now that is handy.
Select the columns.
That is quite handy.
Yeah,
wow.
And the yield per month and the max yield and stuff like that. So we have added a lot of columns, and you can select which columns you want to see as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and detailed information here looks the same here, but here you can actually see a graph. We will probably add more stuff to the graph here, but this is the history of the property. So you can see here that it was sold or moved to 2020, 29 September, and you can see the different how it has moved through time.
History.
So this is a nice small feature.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. Very clean and very dynamic, very quick.
Yeah. And the long-awaited feature, we can look through this stuff as well. So if we go back here, you can see that we only had city chart and neighborhood chart as features to the properties. And the city chart now will show you the same colors, which it didn't have before. It was different colors per city every time you reloaded, but now they have actual colors connected to the name.
Great.
And the neighborhood as well works the same as before, but you have the same colors on the properties or the actual cities.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we have the map of properties, which is pretty interesting here.
What was that, Soren? Sorry, did you start to say something? What was that?
Yeah, that is so great. I want to share that.
Sorry? Yeah. Here we're leaking all the things from Søren.
Yes.
Well, so this is the properties map, which you can see from the actual user page. And if we make this full screen, do you guys still see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So here's the Upland map, and these are all the properties. And you have the settings button on the top right here, which you can select. So the blue means that it's selected. So you can select if you want to show the for sale properties in let's remove. So this is the ones that he has for sale in USD, all the properties. And these are the ones that he owns that is not for sale. And these are the for sale properties. So if we press one of these, like let's go here and zoom in. So this is the actual map here and the neighborhoods, and you can actually disable that, the borders, if you want to, and the actual hover effect. And if we zoom in further, oh, we also have dark maps. So if you want to have dark instead, that works as well.
Oh, wow.
So you can zoom in here and go further and actually press the properties and see different things about the properties. Here we
Let's
have a
take
problem.
a look at that. Now, does that show you the original mint price that was paid for the property and then the markup as well on that? What data are you looking at when you get to see these properties that are for sale so you can?
Yeah, so it actually calculates the markup,
Wow.
which he sells it for, and the monthly earning as well. So you can get, yeah, and the mint UPX price.
Wow. So that was the first price that was paid for the property, correct?
Yes.
And then you've got the markup that you have there and then the for sale price. That's huge because when you looked at this before, you literally had to have an add-on to the browser to look at this in some other instances. This is built into the site. That's a huge upgrade. That's very, very cool feature.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
That is nice.
We can see here as well, if you want to see the USD, it is red if it's a USD one.
Let's go, 10K. Get some money pumped in. I like it. I like the differentiation that you've done between the two from UPX and USD. It clearly denotes what properties are for UPX and USD. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the better things as well. Like you can really tell that this is USD easily by just looking. So yeah, this is the property map, which
Very
you
nice.
can access via the users page here.
Very, very nice.
And then we have the long missed transactions page. So you can actually see the transactions that are made recently via the users page.
Excellent.
And yeah, he made some trades with the Mossy Jake from UPX Spark Exchange.
I see that.
And you can actually download these either as an image or as an Excel. If you download it as an image, it's easier to share directly to someone and stuff like that.
Excellent. And then, of course, the action to the right-hand side where you can go and get the information icon there. And then that now at, one point, all the transactions. Excellent. Okay, fantastic.
So, and if we look further, we can go to Upland assets, which was in the old one as well, but it looked like this. When you moved around, it could be hard sometimes to just browse through a lot of them if you have extremely much. So we made it easier. We made it as tables instead, since it's easier to look through them. But you can still press the actual image and see it bigger.
This is great. This is pulling from the actual, this is structures that have been built. It's representation of the actual color sets that are on the actual structures, and it's giving you the city, the construct. Wow. Yeah, that's extremely handy.
Yeah, and as you can see here, we had only structures, book explorers, NFL, PA, legit, structure ornaments, and spirit legits. But we added football, outdoor decors, and cars as well. And if we look at, let's say, structure ornaments, we can see that he has 4 of them, and if we press one of them, it will actually generate a 3D image here.
Oh, now that's snazzy. Look at that. That is some polish on this. That is very, very cool. I love the little stand that you have. That's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the same goes for outdoor decors if you have any, and cars. So let's go to someone that we know has a car.
Yeah, I think Abdullah, I think maybe he has a few could be in there, or even and if you do his, what is he, 68?
Oh wait, just go to leaderboard.
Yeah, there's an easy one to find.
Yeah, so here we go. So we go to Upland assets and let's look at cars.
Yep, he's got a few.
Yeah, and the same goes for the cars. If you press the cars, you get the detailed information about the car, and you actually get it rendering here as well.
Now, this is going to be very interesting, as these vehicles right now do not take damage. They don't take mileage. Once those start to fill in, you'll be able to, I assume, pull from that as well to see, again, like you would, the sticker on the vehicle and the history of the vehicle, as it were.
Yes, that's probably something that we are going to add as well.
Very nice.
We don't know yet which data or endpoint that will be available for public, but if they add that, the capability to integrate that information, we will definitely do that.
That's great. Now, if you're logged in as you are right now, and I'm logged in, and you may get to this later, it can be a little, will I be able to message somebody or have any way that I can contact people, or is that an integration that you are looking into?
So I think we can share that information. We did have that plan, but since Upland went out and said that they are going to do that in the game, we said that, okay, let's wait and see if they integrate it soon. If they don't, we can do that into UPXLand. But we decided not to invest the time into building that functionality, since we thought that Upland would do that.
And then also the in-game name can be different than a Discord name. Are you looking into how that would work? What may have you done for that?
Yes, so that's actually a thing as well that we have added into the settings here. So the connections, we will add more connections here, so you can connect maybe Twitter, Discord if you want to, and stuff like that. And then you will be able to toggle with a switch to show it in your user profile or not. And
that's
that
great.
will be turned off default. Yeah.
Excellent. Continue on. This is great.
Yeah, so let's go back here. We have gone through the user profiles. So under properties here, you can see that we have 2 new things: overview and transactions. Transactions is like the old transactions that we had before, but with some more features, and you can just pull the data by pressing search, and you can see transactions here being made. Okay. And if we go to overview, so a bird's eye view from the Upland property market.
Whoa.
So here you can see all the cities, and when this was last updated, this will update much more frequently when we're live. We are still making some adjustments and stuff like that. So it says November 7th, but yeah, it's 18th now. But yeah, so this is like an overview of the property market of Upland. So you can see the number of properties unminted, locked, owned, for sale, USD, and a little bit of a pie chart here.
Nice.
And here you can actually see all the cities. And you, same here with like all of the tables, you can select what you want to show here. So here you have a lot of data you can select if you want to see. Like median price, floor price, UPX per UP2, floor price, median, floor markup, median markup. So you can select these and sort if you want to see maybe the cheapest floor price in UPX, and that's Fresno. So this is something that a lot of people have requested and really wanted to have.
Yeah, this is amazing to have at your fingertips, to be able to see the properties that, even for a new player, to see what's unlocked to see what the different pricing is for all this data across these cities. That's quite something. That is really amazing.
So this was a highly requested feature as well, and we can even go further. So let's say you are a Manhattan person. So let's go press Manhattan. And then you get the same view, but for Manhattan specifically. And you can see the neighborhoods and have the exact same data here. Or you can go into collections and see the exact same data connected to the city. So if you would like to see, so if you would like to see like financial district here, we can select median as well, and we're only interested in UPX currently. So you can see the floor price in UPX, the median price, UPX per UP2. So this gives you a lot more visibility or knowledge about the market when you have something like this to play with.
It's huge. I mean, this is what people look for when they're trying to fill out these collections and they're going through and you're in the in-game dashboard and you're looking at which ones you're missing and which ones you don't have. To have a third-party tool, utility to be able to go over there and look and see what's on the floor and then have direct access to it. That's huge. This is going to help in so many ways. And it's just a great feature to have. And I love it that you guys listen to what the Uplanders are wanting and you're implementing it. It's not, that's one thing about your group. It is a tool usefulness, not for you guys to just have it for your own special necessary needs. I mean, this is almost the leveling of the playing field, which I've talked about with many other players. And so I love it that you're giving this to everyone that has it. There's no specific paywall that I haven't seen, maybe that she was going to drop here in a moment, but it looks to me that this is accessible, that all the tools are. Continue on. And then I was going to ask you about paywalls and things of that nature and how you guys make a revenue, but continue on because it's fascinating.
Yeah, so this was the overview actually, and we can bring up the paywall thing. None of these features that I've been showing is behind the paywall at all. So all the core information stuff is still free, which we really want to still have free for the people, because that's the main goal, to give information to players, which or make the information more available to the players that doesn't have the knowledge of building stuff like this themselves, to level out the playing field more. And we go down here, and I want to say as well that I really want to thank everyone that has been asking for features and keep on asking. And the community is amazing, and the love that we get is amazing as well.
The optimizer.
So,
let's talk. I want to look at that optimizer. That is huge. So talk about this premium tools and features.
Yeah, so as you guys can see here, we have the collection optimizer, extended property search, which allows you to search through all the cities and get 1,000 matches per load. We might increase that or decrease when we go to the actual release. Transaction search access. Some of the transaction searches will be limited depending on different things, and we haven't really decided that this is going to be premium yet, but it's there. The properties watch list will be synchronized from devices. So if you are using mobile or any other computer platforms, the property watch list will be synchronized. This is not something maybe that we will have in this release, but it will come through premium. Download all your transactions ever made, so you have an actual record of that in like an Excel or something. And no ads. And we have a lot more features that we have planned as well to be released, but we don't want to announce any of those yet. But we really want to go out with this release now, so we can't wait to get those done.
Excellent. So on the premium tools, and the collection optimizer is a huge one. And so is the properties watch list. For a lot of third parties, this is one thing that they do. The thing to grasp and wrap the head around for everybody is, you really have evolved this quite far. And the amount of the different feature sets that you're releasing just in this release alone is pretty staggering and incredibly fast. It's really well laid out, and it really is quite something to have in the hands of uplanders to kind of really progress their gameplay. The two things that I do want to point out on this, watch lists have been huge. People always, they have their favorite areas. Banana, Human Sim, Crown Heights, favorite one of his places. He always wants to grab up more Crown Heights and turn that into a node. So potentially on that watch list, he can see when Crown Heights actually properties come available. Is that how it'll work? And then that user gets notified?
Yeah, we can't say too much. This property will work as the one before, the property watch list, but this one will be synchronized. So because you have an account and you sign in, and we will store those properties that you have selected, so you can move between devices and browsers. And if you clear the cache before, you reset your watch list, which isn't good for those that put in a lot of time to actually make that list.
So when does the premium tools feature, when does that come online? Tell us more about that.
So we don't have an exact time. The premium tools will be in the release, but not all of the tools. These ones will be in the release.
Excellent.
So yeah, let's keep moving on to the actual features and see them. I just want to go through if you go here and go to, this is the old one. So if you go to treasure hunting, you can see that this was the treasure hunting page before. It just looked like this. And the new one is a lot more fixed.
Oh, wow.
So you can see the history of each person that got a treasure in that specific city. So let's say Manhattan, as everybody loves, it fetches all the recent treasure hunts or findings, treasures.
Wow, this is detailed.
Yeah, and the treasure map is still here, but on the bottom, and it's in dark mode. And as many people requested was that, can it pull only the ones from the specific city that you choose? So we do that now, so it's much faster to move around. It doesn't feel as laggy as before. You can press these ones to see what the treasure was and who got it and stuff like that.
Wow. So not only the treasures that are spawning and the different types of treasures, but detailed information. Wow, that's a huge advantage for treasure hunters to have that at their fingertips to access. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we can add to this as well, is that if, let's say, does someone know a city that actually has a treasure hunt running?
Don't know who it is currently, but they're throughout the time they have those. Here. Yeah. Oh, cool. That are charging. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, and we can add to this that as soon as one of these are close to being to start, you will get a browser notification now instead of a sound. So it will look like a normal notification. Now it wasn't a good time since they are charging, and I don't really know which city that are doing treasure hunts in now. But yeah, you'll get a notification in the browser.
All right, treasure hunters, little upgrade for you.
Yeah, and let's see the goodies here. Optimizer. So for this sake, since I don't have a lot of properties in the game, I will actually mimic you. So I will log out and do some changes here in the back end.
Awesome.
To optimize your things instead.
Yeah, do you know my in-game name? Are you familiar with the
Yeah, KCBC.
There you go. A lot of people don't know that.
I've been here for a while.
Now I'm out from under. No, anonymity's gone now. Here we go.
Yeah. So let's sign in again. And
this is fun because Satoshi's View always tells the story of how he contacted me. He goes, just reaching out to you, first time reaching out. He goes, your divs are horrible. We need to work on how you optimize your dividends on your properties. Like, come on, it's not that bad.
Yeah. So here you can see now I'm signed in as you. And if we go to the optimizer and press optimize.
Oh boy, here it comes. Here it comes. How much am I missing out on?
Yeah, let's go to your profile as well.
Sure.
So this optimization will be a lot faster in the future as well, because currently everything is cold booting. So everything is slow because it has to start slowly. But you have 1,500, and I think when we did Abdullah's, Chris, how long did it take? 15 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 15 seconds.
Yeah, so it's extremely fast, and for me it takes microseconds, for Chris and Borfman as well. It's just a cold boot, so if we go back and do this again, it's a lot faster since it doesn't have to boot.
Awesome.
Yeah, it goes down pretty fast, so we have to boot again. Yeah, but it will be fast in the future as well.
Okay.
So let's go back here, and this is the collections that you have, so we can minimize them all and see the optimization. So it went from 3,422 to 480,000.
That's a lot. I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it all wrong, guys. Holy smokes, live. Showing it. Satoshi was right. So I see what the optimization, these stark differences. So I can go in, show me how I optimize. How do I do better?
Yes. So currently there's no way for us to actually put them into your collections yet. And we can't currently see what you have yet. But if you press the different cities, so let's say, oh yeah, I'm just added Arlington to my collections. So you can press here and actually see which properties you should put in which collection.
Wow.
So if you go down to, you have a lot here. So let's see, Bel Air, and it shows you which properties you should put in that collection.
Yes. And I do have, I think I just filled out Bel Air the other day, so that might not be completely updated yet, but that was one of the collections that I tried, that I was on the rush because there was, what, 8 mintable Bel Airs left over there.
Yeah.
So I had to rush to get that one, but I'm always looking at dividends and I'm shocked at how off I am on these dividends, you guys. Oh, it's a hard pill to
So
swallow.
this will help a lot with placing your collections in the right
Look at that
ones.
UPX that I'm missing. Look at that UPX difference. Holy smokes. Okay.
So it's not what you're missing. The left number, the 342,000, is
Yes.
the non-boosted
Yeah.
mint.
Okay.
So if you don't have any property in a collection,
Yeah.
and the white number is the optimized collection and the optimized rent.
Got it. Okay, that makes
That's what
sense.
you get when you have everything in the collection.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still, wow. That's a good little number. I like that round number up there. That's good.
And
Continue
one thing
on.
more, we have the optimized ones here, and then we have the not optimized. So this actually shows you all the ones that you have duplicates of. So let's say Clovis, you have 371. So if you press here, it says requires 3 properties. You have 371 extra. So in total, you have this many. And it actually shows you all the properties that you have extra of.
Excellent.
So if you want to sell them or do whatever you want with them, like the Brooklyn one here, you have a lot extra.
Yes, the Broadways, I got really lucky on that Broadway stretch. So it's very nice. Yeah, I had a very nice run on those.
And it doesn't only show the extra ones. So it's tagged, if you read here, it says the collection has already been optimized if it has a green one, a green check mark beside it.
Oh.
So if we look at some else, like this one has not been optimized and is in Los Angeles.
Yes.
So this one requires 3 properties, you have 1. So here you know that you would probably like to add 2 more properties.
And now I can go find the properties at the cheapest, whatever they are on there, and with the highest UP2 and the biggest yield.
Yeah, so here you actually have buttons to help you do that.
Wow.
So if you want to find the cheapest or lowest markup, so you can just press and it will take you to the site where it shows you the cheapest ones and the lowest markup.
Wow. That's fantastic, man. That's going to make filling out collections, which is a lot of people, again, to get that extra boost in earnings and just to fill out the collections. What a very
Yeah.
cool organizational way that you put this.
So this is great. And here you can see that you have 2 extra park view. So these
Yeah.
ones you could probably sell if you want to as well for a couple
Sell
of
my
dollars.
park views. Are you crazy? I can't do that.
That's true. Or trade them to me for Fresno property.
There you go. We could do something. We could work something out.
Yeah. And here you can see one that you haven't filled out, but you have one. And this one you could probably look for as well. So it's a Houston Street collection.
I know it very well. Yes, I put that on and on. I think it's maybe even on the market. I don't know. But yeah, those are a little difficult. The rare ones are a little difficult to fill out. But yes, awesome.
Yeah. So this helps you both find or set the properties in right collections and then see which collections you haven't filled out and which collections you have too much of.
Fantastic.
So it helps you a
One
lot
more
there.
thing to say, maybe, that the optimizer really gives you the real optimal solution. So we don't
Yeah.
have any levels of optimization. We really have the absolute maximum you can get.
Oh, that's a nice streamlined way to put it, so that you're going for the most that you possibly can have. And
Yeah.
it organizes it in a way that helps you do this and kind of expedite your path to getting the best return. That's very cool, fellas. I really dig it.
Yeah. So this helps you maximize your monthly yield.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was the collection optimizer, and the extended property search gives you the ability to search for all cities. So we can go here and you can see that we have all cities, and you can filter through for sale and sort by or just unlocked, unminted, and by mint price.
Yes.
And you can find the cheapest one here.
Excellent.
Wait. Yeah. So if we go back and check out the properties watch list, that's something that a lot of people already know about, which makes you, so I'm just going to press search, and you can just press the button here and go to your watch list, and you will have the property here. So this is like the old watch list, but this will be synced and extended, so you can fill it out with a lot more properties instead of just, I think the current limit is 50, if I don't recall wrong. Yeah, I think the current limit is 50, but this will be around 1,000.
And I can just
in the actual release
choose the ones that I want to look at, maybe that I want to have, it's not on sale, that I just want to keep track of, really, right?
Yeah, correct.
Fantastic. Okay, very good.
And yeah, this one is extremely handy. Sometimes you don't really want to see a couple of things here, so you can just remove them.
Fantastic. Very good. Very good.
Yeah. So we have the meta ventures as well that people have been asking a lot for.
Yes.
And this is not fully done yet. So you will be able to search through all the legits and Block Explorer at once and not go into the specific stores. But this shows you, so if we go to yours here, and these ones will have the backgrounds and stuff as well, so it will be easier to find and look better, stuff like that. But you can go to yours, and this is how yours looks now. So we can compare it to the old one. If it isn't slow. Yeah, I think it could be really slow. Because
that's okay. The new stuff is cool. Let's look at the new stuff.
Yeah, so it looks like this. It takes your background and sets it as banner, so it actually looks like a actual player store.
Nice.
And here you have all the filters. So a lot of people ask for the filters of currency and stuff like that. It's currently not available in the old version. So you can filter on USD or UPX directly.
Yeah.
And this becomes extremely handy since a lot of people only want to buy in USD or UPX.
Absolutely.
And the same things here, you can sort by price, mint number, or total. And you can press them as before and see the information about the specific block explorer. But the new things that we added to the stores is legits and outdoor decors. So if we check the outdoor decors and go to someone that I know has decors, Samurai.
Yeah, Samurai. I think they're sold out on theirs, but they may have some things in stores now.
Ah, yeah, they have 4 things here.
Oh, yes, they do. Yes, he's put those at some very interesting prices for those mint number ones, but yeah.
Yeah. So you can see here that it's in San Francisco. You can get address here as well. You can see it's owned by Ben, and you can actually press this to go to his profile if you would like to as well. And if you press one of these, let's say this sauna, because I'm half finished. So you will see this in 3D as well.
Wow. That is excellent. They're going to be tickled to see all that. That's a very cool representation.
So this will maybe be changed and better. So it will be better than it is here. We might make some changes to lights and stuff to make it more normal looking. But yeah, the functionality is amazing. You can move around, not lag at all. Zoom in, zoom out. See the information here as well about it. And yeah, it goes pretty fast to load as well.
Very nice. It really shows off the pieces of decor in a way that we haven't seen before. You're getting all the, entirety of the view of the entire asset. So, D-Tech did a lot of work on these. So the whole team is going to be just amazed at what you guys have done here. It's a really nice representation of that decor.
Yeah. So you can zoom in and look at the structure from all angles. Yeah, so it's pretty amazing. You can do this stuff right through the browser here.
Can you compare against the other MetaVenture store that, let's say that I want the cheapest dad cup number one? Will that be a feature that you have in the future for all across the Block Explorer shops to find the cheapest Block Explorer that is the Pumpkin Man or the Creepy Kid?
Yeah, so it will look exactly like this, like it does in this store here. But instead of just having your Block Explorers here from your store, it will have all the Block Explorers from the game.
Excellent.
So you can use different filters. We'll probably add more filters as well to make it easier for you guys to search through them and faster. But yeah, we really want to make it easier for people to find the Block Explorers or just legit so stuff that you guys want. Yeah, that's a lot of the things that we have changed. It's a lot more things that I probably missed. Let's see, I have a little bit of cheat sheet here. Yeah, one big thing. If you see down here on the bottom,
the language.
Yeah, so we have Swedish, Portuguese, and Dutch.
Wow.
So for all the Germans that hate speaking English or reading English, or all the Portuguese that also hates it, Swedish do probably like more English than Swedish. So they probably stay with the English version. But yeah, you just press and it changes.
Very cool, very dynamic. I know that of course, we have the different language channels in Discord. They'll be happy to see as you continue to add to this, but this is a great feature to have. I'm sure Kuro-san and Katsu-san will be very happy to see Japanese in there one day to see that translation as well. That would be great. They would love that.
Yeah.
They got a great community there.
Yeah, we need to find people that actually can translate. So a huge thank you to Musida for translating into Portuguese. He has been the guy who has translated the website and helps us translate the website to Portuguese.
Wow.
Because there is a lot of people that have problems with the English version. And he is an amazing guy that helps us help them.
Thank you. That's awesome, Matsuda. Thank you. Excellent.
So,
what else? What else haven't we seen? What else have you got?
Let me see this cheat sheet again. So yeah, the properties search. A lot of people asked to have multiple filters at once. So if they want to find a specific mean price range with a specific markup that wasn't there before, you could only have one specific, and that depended on the sort. So if you do markup, it changes to markup filters, UP2. But now we extended it so you can search all at once if you would like to as well.
Very nice. A lot of drilled down searches, and it's going to get repetitively as you use it faster and faster, because of course that's the key, right? Is getting acclimated to the tool and then using it to the best of your ability and benefits for the player.
Yeah, exactly.
When will this be rolled out? What is the time frame that we're looking at as we're recording this now? I believe it's the 18th. What do you guys think will be the official reveal?
We really don't want to say a specific date, but we have been aiming for the 21st.
Okay.
But we think that could be moved a bit due to Uplando extending properties in Rio, which was unplanned for, because we're also moving from one infrastructure to another. So we needed time to actually prepare the release of that and also fix some things in our systems. But yeah, everything will get a lot smoother during releases as well in the future. But yeah, regarding the date, 21st was our main goal. We think it will be moved by a couple of days, maybe. If you guys are lucky, it comes out the 21st, but yeah, not 100% set in stone.
And then they'll be able to go ahead and, what's that, Chris? Go ahead. Sorry.
Sometime next week.
Okay. Around and about that area. Then they'll be able to register and log in and do all those things and start to optimize everything. That's great. That is fantastic. What I want to highlight on how we can support UPXLand. What's the best way for us, the player and Uplander, to show our appreciation for what you've done here and show you guys support? How can we do that?
We have different channels. You can either donate if you want to do a one-time donation, or you can buy our premium features that we will release, which also gives you a lot of things, and not only give us, that we give you things for it as well. Or just turn off your ad blocker. That helps us a lot as well. But yeah, we can add to that as well. This is the premium features, and we will have it for a specific price, but we will also have no ads as an option as well, and buy. So you can buy no ads for a small fee.
And if a Uplander or an organization wants to advertise with you, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, so they will contact Søren if they would like to do some advertisement on this website. But yeah, we will in the future integrate stuff so you guys can probably pay directly via the website. And we just have to okay that stuff by clicking a button, and that will start. But yeah, that's stuff planned for the future. And if you want to sell or buy advertisement, you contact Søren.
Great. And then your access to link, I see the Twitter link and like the Discord links. Is that how they get a hold of you? Yes. Making sure everybody knows that. Great. Active
so
on both.
The best way to support, just use the premium features. Wait for all the other features. We are still working on it, even after the release. And yeah, spread the word. Just tell everyone they should use UPXLand.
Yeah,
excellent. Yeah, we definitely. And is there a hashtag that you guys go with for those who are working with social media? Is it hashtag UPXLand? Is that what you guys are going with?
That's fine.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah,
get it trending. Let's get UPXLand trending. Let's get it out there.
I actually forgot to show one thing as well. The statistic page has been updated. So the old one looks something like you can do one search here. As you can see here, you can also select the dates. The old one had just press search function. And this is the first screen that you will be greeted by. And the old one looked like this. As you can see, the property statistics here, the history graph of how the properties has moved. And the new one actually shows all the transactions.
Very nice.
So total transactions, and this shows you between two dates. So 1 week have had 30,000 or 13,000 transactions. So yeah, you can see different things here. Total transactions, minted, monthly, a secondary markup, accepted offers, swaps, spent on minting, spent on secondary markups. Yeah, a lot of different things between different dates.
Excellent. Yeah, there's a lot around probably city openings too. You'll see the spikes on there for people getting a little extra UPX in their pocket for what's coming up next. Look,
and that's actually something we want to integrate. Like when you go to all the graphs, we want you to be able to actually see a mark where something has happened. So this will say in the future, like here was the opening of Manhattan, or yeah, stuff like that.
That's
So
very
easier to
clever. That's
track.
very smart. I like that. Historical references, so you know what the big move was. Why did that happen? I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent.
And we also added a couple of more things here, like floor, median, low markup, USD per UP2, and different things. Here we only have the median markup and low. Here you can see per UP2 as well. So this gives you more of a fair value.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of data. You got to this for people who are playing a blockchain game. I mean, but this is what we truly want. It is that of which we all thirst for, is looking at data, and you're now providing this in one website, one utility, one tool that you continue to add on, and it shows a lot of value for the player. And I think that as Upland continues to evolve, and let's face it, there's been a lot of these metaverses that have not stood the test of time. This moves very quickly in what's going on in this space and in Web3. And as we move over into layer 2 offerings, this would be very interesting to see how different groups and what they have in terms of what they're offering for the layer 2 games. We see in the world of football, we're going to see a lot more transactionally within UPX and the otherwise the gamification of what's going on. So this is going to be an exceptional, I mean, it is exceptional. It's going to be a very handy tool for everybody to be able to use. And I can't wait to see all these upgrades get into place. And as you guys continue to evolve, what for each one of you, and I'll start, Soren, I'll start with you. For the project and where it's going, it looks like you have really invested in the future, and this is not something that's going to be up for a little while. You really look like you have and are making a pathway for the game of Upland and this metaverse. What is some of the most important thing that you want the Uplanders to know, and then something future that they can look forward to?
I think legends will be more important. Like we had the props at the beginning of the game. Now it's also very important to own legends, to create some and whatever. And I think small games, something like this, will get more important and will also lead to more fun.
Yeah,
I think that's something missing right now.
Yeah, I would agree. The utility of having legits in something you can do with them. We have collections and they're starting to bring these in. The burn mechanism has just been announced for these legits, for the soccer legits. So you would otherwise take what would be these passes and burn them for these video moments. So that's kind of our first foray into this. So yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And again, they can contact you for advertising purposes as well, correct?
Yeah, and you can also tell people we are open to create new kinds of advertisement. So feel free to if you got an idea to build something or to just talk about it, and then maybe find a way to make it special.
Excellent. I like that. I like that to custom tailor something to what you guys have going on. The Chris, what is it for you? What is the thing that you want people to know about, and something to look even into the future with of what you guys are doing?
Yeah, well, we managed to build the foundation for our new UPXLand experience with our totally new database. And that's something we build up on. So we provide way more features in the future. We will introduce legits, and yeah, just build some more cool tools, hopefully.
Excellent. Hacker, thank you so much for giving us the whole overview of this. You've actually come a long way from, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Heads up. Hey, I
He's a team
absolutely loved
member.
it the first time that I met you and having the mask on and having met you in Las Vegas. And looking forward to the future. Yeah, he's got the mask. Now I put the mask on. Hey, there you go. That's how I know hacker. That's how I know. What is it that you want the players to know, and for what you have now and going into the future?
Yeah, keep an eye on UPXLand, I would say. We will introduce a lot more new stuff, and I think Upland will do that as well. And when Upland grows, we grows. All the things that they introduce, we can utilize on our platform to help you as an Uplander get better at the game and get more knowledge.
So optimized for mobile as well. The site works pretty well with that. And as you continue to go throughout that, that's one of the big handy features that you guys have. And so we always appreciate you looking out for it. Pretty much across the landscape of the browsers acclimated, they're all optimized to work across the board with that, which is also cool. So thank you for doing that. Wow, this is huge. Many people will be reviewing and rewinding and going back through here to check out what you've got. Soren, Hacker, Chris, thank you so much for putting this together and spending your time on this. There's nothing like this out there. This is kind of the one-of-a-kind experience that players are having. And I can't tell you how it really, from when a new player gets into Upland, just from finding the Discord and then also seeing that the tool is available like a UPXLand, it really takes it to the next level. So you are providing something that is completely beyond what others would even conceive of, because what you have done is take that which the Uplander has asked for and are implementing it. So you're listening, and we really appreciate that. So I want to thank you all for doing that. Thank you for being on the show. I can't wait to see this get rolled out and what you guys have for the future. So thank you guys for doing this. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for hosting.